morning. It is Monday, January 13th, I do believe. And nope, I lied. January 9th. I just looked at my planner. And I didn't just make it to my classroom. I made it here maybe 5 minutes ago. Usually I try to get here a lot earlier than what I did today, but the baby spit up twice this morning, and so I had to change his clothes. So that was eventful. And then what else happened? That was really it. I had him ready to go in his car seat at 7 o'clock, and he spit up, not once but twice. So that happened. So it is what it is. So right now I'm in my classroom. The kids will be here in about 25 minutes. It's about 8 o'clock right now. And I really don't have anything to do to prep for this morning because I ended the day on Friday prepping everything for today. So I'll flip you around and show you everything that I did yesterday, everything I did on Friday before we left to go. All right, so before we left to go home, my paper passer put out all of their morning work on their tables, so I don't have to do that. I sharpened everybody's pencils, so the only thing I have to do is put the pencils out on the tables. My teaching area is not as clean as what I would like for it to be, but it's also not as messy. And like, this is my stack for Monday, and then I have most of my things in for Tuesday and Wednesday. I just need to put in things for Thursday and Friday. But yeah, so this is how I like to, usually I'll have this like on my desk laid out, but my desk is really small this year, so I don't have the capacity to do that. So everything is here. This is just like my sub plans. If I'm out, then I just transfer the spread folder from each day or whatever. And then hopefully you can hear me over the heat. But anywho, so this just has like everything we do for, what is it, guided reading groups. It's here first. Then we have, we do morning meeting. Then we do word study. So it's everything for word study. Then we do ELA. So everything for ELA. And then we go to lunch, then we come back, we have math. So everything's there for math. Everything's there for science next. We do science today. Everything is there for math small groups. Everything is there for shared reading. So yeah, typically I like to leave things out on my desk in the event I'm not going to be here for whatever reason. That way I don't have to do emergency sub plans. The lesson plans are already there. All they have to do is open up the red folder, see my lesson plans, and implement. Super easy. You know, I feel like if you stay ready, you never have to get ready. So yeah, I just lost my train of thought. But anywho, I'm going to sit and eat breakfast, and then I'm going to see what all I can get done cleaning wise before the kids get here. So I found my tripod, so that's what you all are on right now, so I don't have to hold the camera in my hand. But anywho, I was eating my breakfast, which is usually oatmeal every single day, and I'm trying out this new oatmeal. It's cookies and cream oatmeal. Not a fan, so I'm done with that, and then I'll just wait till snack time to eat my snack with the kids. But anywho, so last week on Thursday, actually, my husband and I decided that it would be best if I stayed at home with our baby versus sending him to daycare. So Friday I put in my notice with my principal, and then I did like my written resignation letter to the school board over the weekend, and then sent that off. So my last day in here with the kids is going to be the 20th. With that being said, I have to pretty much take everything home. I have to pack up the entire classroom of my things and take everything home. So far, there are a lot of things that are mine in this classroom. Majority of everything besides the tables and chairs and like one bookshelf and another thing are not mine. They belong to the school. So between now and the 20th, I have to clear all of my things out. So I'm going to flip around and show you what all I have to remove. And it is a lot. We may have to get a U-Haul truck in here next Friday, and my husband may not be going into work, so I can get this done. But let me flip you all around and show you. I am sitting at my desk right now, and so these are mine, those are mine. And I just implemented this system with my students, and they're doing really well with the drawers and the bins up top. But now that's all gonna end. Those 2 white shelves are mine, as well as the bins that are on the shelves. All those books up top belong to me. That white table in that back corner right here is mine. That black stage was gifted to me by another teacher. I'm debating if I'm going to take that or leave it here. But the pink bins, I don't know if you can see that clear bin there, that it has dry erase markers. Those are mine. That tiered cart is mine. The ottoman is mine. All the bins on this table are mine. That bench is mine. The stools are mine. Oh yeah, and the stools on top of that table belong to me. This shelf right here is mine. This easel is mine. All the bins there belong to me. This shelf is mine. All of these crates, the pencil sharpener, the buckets, those crates up top, all belong to me. Now, granted, I have seen some people's videos where they set up their classroom and they have they have way more things than what I have. But it's still a lot, because I have to take it all home. And I also have like a book buddies in the corner, mine. And then in the closet, all the bins that are in the closet are mine. Let me show you what that looks like really quickly. Oh, mine. All this belongs to me. Try to get you in this closet without seeing the kids' faces. All of these bins belong to me. And then this scale, that one's mine too. So, oh, and then I have things in this cabinet, and like my indoor recess cabinet. All of those are mine. The things down here are mine. Everything in here belongs to me. And the only thing that doesn't is the things in the science. Well, most of it is not mine, but all those belong to me. All the containers in here are mine. Everything else the school purchased when I did science camp last summer, so those things I'll keep here. So yeah, like I was saying, I have until the 20th to clear everything out of all the drawers, out of all the cabinets, and be done with it. But for now, I'm going to take the kids' chairs down, and I have my wagon in the classroom, so I'm going to start taking my books from off the top shelf and putting them into the wagon so that I can get those home. I may take the crates, the black crates up top, and put the books in the crates. I think that may make it a little bit easier to transport in and out the car. And then that way I can put the clear bins, stack those up, and then put those inside of another tote. So let me do that. I'm going to first throw away this oatmeal because it's not the tastiest, and get moving. I have about 10 minutes before the kids come in. I still need to change over their jobs.
Lately nothing goes in my direction. Lately nothing's coming my way. Keep drowning every bit of my devotion, sinking deeper every day. And lately I am missing my reflection in every muddy puddle on the pavement, driving every thought into distortion.
10:45. I am back in my classroom for lunch. The kids are in the cafeteria eating lunch. This morning went as expected. We got through with reading small groups. We did our phonics, which we use Haggerty for phonics. We did our ELA story, and we made our anchor chart for our ELA story, which, I mean, it really is nothing. I just follow what the curriculum says to do, which was to make a chart about all the things that America is. And I just wrote down whatever they said. And then we watched a short video about different facts about America just to help them out. And one part of the book talks about the Star Spangled Banner. A lot of them have never heard the Star Spangled Banner, so I played it for them. That way they can hear it, and once they heard it, they was like, oh yeah, I have heard this song before. So that was that. I was able to clear some of my books off this morning while the kids were doing their morning work. I'm gonna see if I can get some more taken off, so I can at least take all of my books home that are on that shelf. I do have those two crates, these two crates, that I can also use, but I'm not trying to make them too heavy because I still have to lift them up and put them in the car. And then my husband can remove them from the car when I get home from work, or from working from daycare. But anywho, I'm going to eat, and then I need to get those two crates down, and then get the rest of the books, or at least some of the books, in the crate, and then that way I can take them to my car. I may take them out to my car after lunch is over with, but not after lunch, but before lunch is over, before I have to go pick up the kids. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking so that I can eat. I don't have a lot of time, so I want to maximize the time that I have so I can eat, get assessments ready for my aide to do assess the kids this afternoon. And yeah, so I will check back with you all later. All right, so it is 2:20. The students are in related arts. They'll be in related arts until 2:40, so another 20 minutes. I would have come on earlier, but I had a student that was laying down on the rug in the classroom because she didn't feel good. She said she had a headache, so I had to wait for her to for the nurse to come back from lunch to send her down. And the nurse said it looks like she has strep, so she's going home. Her mom is on the way to pick her up, so I take down her backpack and things. I didn't get much done. My classroom won't be set up how it usually is set up at the end of the day, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to get my baby. I'm leaving here right at 2:40. Not 2:40. 3:40. Right on time. I have to load up my car. I have like my wagon of stuff here that I'm going to take home today, and then I'll come back and do the whole process all over again. I mean, I have 2 weeks, so I have a significant amount of time to get everything out that's mine. So I am going to take my students' things down to the nurse because her mom is on her way to pick her up, and then I'm going to see what I can get done before the students come back from related arts. It is Tuesday, January 10th. As you can see, I am back in my classroom. Today, the plan is to take down the rest of my books from off the shelf. I have some books that are on this, let's see, this shelf right here that I need to take home. I have my wagon again today. If you don't have a wagon and you are a teacher, I think it's a great investment. I got mine for Christmas one year, and well, last year is what I got for Christmas, and I think I use it, I won't say every day, but I use it a lot, like especially to transport things to or from the classroom. use it every single day if I can. So like I said, I'm going to use the 2 black crates that up top here, put the books in, and go from there. I do need to update my teaching slides because I didn't do that before I left work yesterday. It just wasn't any time to do it at school. And when I got home, the baby had an upset stomach, so he kept spitting up, and he had diarrhea. I know that's TMI, but it's life. So I had to make sure I was taking care of him, and that's why I didn't do my teaching slides for today. So the time is now, I think it was like 7:30 when I came into the building, maybe 7:25, and maybe 7:30 now. So what I'm going to do first is obviously eat breakfast. I have my regular schmegular strawberries and cream oatmeal today, so I won't be disappointed. So I'm going to go down to the lounge, heat up me some water, make my oatmeal, come back, eat my oatmeal. While I eat my oatmeal, that's probably when I will do my teaching slides, and then I'm going to take the books down. Then I have to wipe off the top shelves, climb up on top of the shelves, get my picture frames, take those down. What else? I'm debating if I'm going to take home. No, I probably won't do that. I was thinking about taking my borders that I bought, but I think I'm just going to leave those. I'm not going to worry about those. It's just border, and I can always order some more whenever I go back to the classroom. So yeah, let me get off this camera, go heat up me some water, and then I'll be back. So the time is now 11:51. I'm back in my classroom on my lunch break. I've already eaten my lunch, and now I have about maybe 17 minutes before I have to go down and get the kids from the cafeteria. So this morning I was able to clear off the whole entire top shelf where my books were located, like my seasonal books that I usually put out were up there. And I wiped it down. I don't know if I'm going to climb up on the shelf today or tomorrow to take off my picture frames, but we'll see. I have my wagon loaded with stuff. I'm debating going out and taking it now before I go pick the kids up from lunch, or just waiting to the end of the day, and doing it during my prep. Tomorrow I have to do a half day because I have to take the baby to his pediatrician so we can figure out what's causing him to spit up so much. So that's that. So I have to now get sub plans together. Usually my sub plans are really easy. Like, I don't give them too much stuff to work on because sometimes it's hard. I would rather give them activities to do. So I may do math centers, I may not. It just depends on how much I can get done today. So like I said, right now it's 11:52. A minute has passed, and I think I'm going to go and empty this wagon and then take it to the cart and load it up with more stuff. That way I can get as much stuff as I can out now. And then my husband is going to come in on this Friday or next Friday to break down my shelves so we can get those home as well. So what I think I'm going to do is take this load out. I need to change my shoes because it's cold outside, and I do not like for my feet to be cold. So I'm going to put on my Uggs, grab my car keys, grab my coat, take this stuff out, and then load it up the wagon with some more stuff, and then do it all over again. Classroom, I'm taking the first load of things out. So I think I'm going to take out my next load, which might be the rest of the books. I don't know if you can see on this. Can I do this? Yep, on this thing. So I'm just going to take the containers off and put them in my wagon. And then I might do my book buddies next. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Get all the books out the classroom first. Then I can roll up my rug. Take that out as well. So let me get cracking on that. It is, I can't tell. I think this says 12:02. So I have about 5 minutes before I have to go pick up the kids. So I'm going to take off my boots. Put my Uggs back on to go outside because it's, like I said, it's cold. And I don't like for my feet to be cold. So I'm going to put my shoes back on, then get those things loaded up, then go down and get the kids. Okay, so the time is down 2 o'clock. I am officially on my prep. So what I'm going to work on right now, I actually got all of my books off of this shelf here. The next thing I think I'm going to do is work on, I don't even know. Work on maybe clearing my books off of this shelf here because I'm taking all my books home today. And then I think I may clean out my cabinet that has my storage bins in. I'm going to close the bathroom door. Okay, so that it really echoes when the bathroom door is open. So let me flip you around so you can see what I'm talking about. So this cabinet here houses all of my personal supplies. So I have like rubber bands, Band-Aids, sticky notes, my staple gun, command strips. Those are the people color crayons, I guess. Those are some more binder clips, color pencils, index cards, staples, dry erase erasers. Those are the kids' dry erase erasers, but I purchased those myself. Those are magnets. Those are dry erase markers. Up there is my hot glue gun. Then I have batteries, clothespins, regular markers that I purchased, and then tape refills. So all of this is mine. I don't think I'll need any of these things because I very rarely go into this cabinet. I usually just use my teacher toolkit, which has like my everyday things in it here. So that will stay. I think I'm going to get rid of all of this. I'm going to wait to take home my jars because we're going to do another science investigation and we'll need the jars. These crates are mine, but they're filled with their math workplaces. And so I need to figure out what I'm going to do with those. I might take everything out of there and just store them someplace else and just put them in maybe like the gallon size Ziploc bags and call it a day, excuse me. And then in here, the pocket charts that are in there belong to the school. The anchor charts, I don't care if they can stay. Chart paper belongs to the school. The only thing that's in here that's mine is the laminator and the laminator sheets. So I'm going to take those out as well. The cleaning supplies are purchased by the school, but the container is mine. The construction paper, all this construction paper was purchased by the school. The containers, most of them are mine. So those containers there, I purchased those with my money to have for the kids for their workplaces. So instead of taking those out, I'm just going to leave them and then just take all of these home. And then I have other containers that are the same in here that have like my card stock and color printed paper. Again, everything in there was purchased by, no, this paper was purchased by me. So that's all coming home. The only paper here that I purchased is this hot pink paper, but I'm going to leave that here because I don't have a need for it at home. It doesn't make sense for me to take it home and have clutter. So the color paper is going to stay. I'm just going to take my containers out. This cabinet here is all the student supplies. So I have extra crayons, pencils, erasers, scissors, glue sticks. The spacemen are mine, so that's going to come home. Play-Doh, dry erase markers, the school purchase. They'll stay here. I'm just going to take my bin home. Probably put those in Ziploc bags. Pretty much everything is going to go in a Ziploc bag. In the ELA cabinet, I'll show you what that looks like. So our curriculum goes by modules, as you can tell, 1 through 4. So all the books are grouped based off of which module they're read in. The bins are mine. The books belong to the school, so they will stay. the word study cards, I think I'm going to leave that here. I don't have a need for it, so I'm not going to take it home. Same thing with the Star Fall journals. They belong to the school. Sight word cards, they're mine. Like, I purchased them online and I cut them out, so I'm debating. I might take those home. I think I'm going to take them home because, again, I spent a lot of time cutting those out. Then again, I don't know. I may leave them, if I'm being honest. Those 2 games are mine, so they're going to come home. Same thing with these, the math games. These are not my math games. Like, they came with the curriculum. The bins, some of the bins belong to the school. The other bins are mine. Now, the bins that I personally purchased, I put my initials on the bottom so that I know when it came time to leave, because I knew eventually I wouldn't be staying in the school forever because we are a military family. We're transient. We're always moving. So I knew I would have to, you know, take things home. So I have to go through and look at the bottom of those to see if they're mine. If they're mine, then they come home. If they're not, they stay here. I know I purchased those extra bins that I showed you on the white shelf, so I know how many are mine personally. And I also know the other ones stay in the building. As far as the math intervention kits, they came in boxes, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not keeping the boxes, but you live and you learn. So those bins that they are in right now, those are mine. They have to come home. These 2 are mine as well. They also have to come home. So I need to figure out how I'm going to store those and make them nice and neat. I may make a trip down to the empty classroom and take some more of those things, bins they have down there, so that I can keep these nice and neat for whoever comes in after me. So I did get quite a bit done when the kids were at lunch. So what I'm going to do now, since I know I won't be here tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to quickly put things away in this wagon so that I can take it out when I'm on my way out for the day. I'm going to probably take home my 3-tier card because I don't use it. And I think that's really it. I'm going to take the kids' bins that are on top of their cubbies. Those are mine too. Those are also going to come home. I think I'm going to go shopping in the other classroom and see what's down there as far as like storage containers is concerned. And then come back to my classroom to see what else I can get done. Good morning. So it is Thursday, January 12th. Yesterday it was kind of a busy day for me. It was a short day as far as being in the classroom is concerned, but busy day because I had to take a half day to get the baby to the doctor to figure out what's going on with his stomach while he's not keeping food down. Long story short, he's getting over a stomach virus. So that was that. So it wasn't really nothing to record or to show. Yesterday, we started writing. We were writing a narrative about getting ready for school. So I'm going to go copy the papers for that this morning. I had someone in the room with me yesterday, someone who's possibly going to take over this classroom. So she's doing some observations. And then hopefully next week she can kind of transition into teaching them if all works out well. And then that way they know who she is and everything can go smoothly. So this morning, like I said, I'm going to go make copies. I'm going to pack up some more stuff in the classroom. That's mine. And then that's about it. So I'm just going to get my day started. I have to put out their morning work because it wasn't put out yesterday before I left. Obviously because I left at 11:30. What else? That's it. I think I'm going to empty out, my personal things from the closet and then put the student supplies, the school supplies for math in the bins that I got from that other classroom. I didn't get much done, but I'll show you what I did do. So let me flip the camera. So I was able to take out my bins and put in these bins of all the student supplies. So that is there. This bin is empty, obviously, because there's nothing on it, but I did get that. So like I said, I'm going to go and make copies of our writing paper for today. Get out there, morning work. It is 7:56. They'll be here in about 25 minutes. So let me hurry up and get that done and then get back to the classroom. Okay, so the time is now 11:46. The kids are at lunch. So I'm at lunch. What was I gonna say? So this morning we got pretty much everything we need to get through with the exception of ELA. We didn't get a chance to do our writing today. We're like, okay, we're just gonna move it into our afternoon. I had a lot of assessments to get through, so I got through with the majority of my assessments. I still have to do a few students who get pulled in the morning. I have to do their assessments, so I'll do those maybe tomorrow or sometime next week. I don't have to, I'm trying to get my grades in by Friday, which is my last day of work. So I'm just trying to hurry up and get my assessments done. With that being said, I'm going to put a pause on assessing the kids until tomorrow. I have to do math small groups after lunch, and then we're going to do, so our schedule has changed. We would usually do workplaces after lunch. Then we'll do our calendar, which is number corner. Then we would do our math lesson. No, we would do small groups, math small groups. Then we would do our math lesson. So what we're going to do when the kids come back from lunch, we're going to do our writing. Then if we have time, then we'll do number corner. We probably won't have enough time. So we'll do writing, then we'll do math small groups. When Mrs. Nixdorf, that's my aide, when she leaves, we'll do number corner. After number corner, we'll do our math lesson. Then it should be time for us to go to related arts. After related arts, we'll end our day doing workplaces. So we won't get to our share reading book, but that's okay. We can always do that tomorrow. So that will be my afternoon. We also have a student's birthday today too, so we may not even get to workplaces because she brought cupcakes, and I know they're going to want the cupcakes and to celebrate her. So that will be our day. We'll see how much I get done. And I also did not get anything packed into my wagon. It is completely empty. So I'm going to try to get some stuff packed in there when the kids go to related arts. That way when I leave for today, I can go ahead and pack up my car with as much stuff as I can. It's completely empty. Like every time I get home from work with a carload, my husband empties it out so I can do the same thing all over again. So we're trying to get all the small stuff out first, and then he can come in and do all the big stuff. So we'll see what we get done, or what I get done before he comes in. But I'm gonna get off this camera, shut up and eat my lunch. Today is just leftovers. I made me some lobster ravioli, so that's what I have. It came from Sam's Club and it was really good yesterday, so I'm having it again today. I may go down and get me a Dr. Pepper from the vending machine, and then I have popcorn in my lunch bag. But like I said, I'm gonna stop talking, eat, and then see how much I can get done before the kids come back. It has been a day and it's not even done yet. So the kids are in specials right now, and I got some of the things in the closet packed up in my wagon. I don't have very much. I'll show you. So that is, you can't tell, but that's 8 containers of supplies, and then those are my table caddies. So I am going to go ahead and finish packing up my things, trying to get all of my storage bins out of the closet, and then I'm going to transfer the school supplies in the bins that I found in the other classroom that's empty, and then just go from there. So I'm gonna get off, do that, try to get as much done as I can before the kids come back from related arts, and they're in PE today, so they were very excited about PE. So I'm gonna go and do that, now. Try to get as much done as I can and try to work some more on the big stuff. So it is 2:32. I have to go pick up the kids from Related Arts in about 8 minutes. I got a lot of stuff done in the closet, at least I do. So I'll flip the camera around and show you what I got done and then tell you my plans for everything else. So this is my closet. As I said before, I went ahead and took my bins out and replaced the things and the labels into these bins here. I had books that were stored in like the corners here, and I took those out, put those in my wagon. All of these containers are mine. The things that are in the inside belong to the school, so I have to figure out what I'm going to do with those. I probably just get like some plastic baggies to put those in. I just left these how they were. I should say craft sticks, not craft books, but I need to fix that. And then this is just the display cards, and 5 and 10 frames go in here. Resource cards are here, and then decks of cards. I bought this, but I'm just going to keep that here. There's no need for me to take that home. It serves no purpose. Everything that are in these things belong to me, so I'm just gonna pull those out. We did have a book that the school purchased for Christmas, and I don't think that's in there. I'll double check, but I don't think it is. If it is, I'll take it out. All of these are mine, and then these readers belong to the school. I'm just gonna take those out and just line them up neatly, leave those there. These are mine. They have to go home. This drawer cart, the last teacher that was here left this, so I'm going to leave it here. Whatever I put in these bins, I'll label them. Let's see, those at the bottom are all mine, and then those book bins all belong to me as well. So my plan is tomorrow to bring in some totes so that I can put all of my smaller containers in. That way it's easier to transport. Like especially like these things here, those can easily go in different in bigger totes. And I forgot I also have that stuff up top. The only thing I'm not taking is, where is it, the paint? That's not mine. It belongs to the school. It was purchased by the school, so that'll stay here. Yeah, so we're making progress. I know tomorrow is Friday. I don't think my husband's gonna be able to come tomorrow to help. And if he can't, I mean, that's okay. It is what it is. I'm just gonna get out, continue to move forward, get out what I can, do what I can. And then that'll be that. I left like my books here. I don't know what that is. That must have been like a drip that was in the closet. Luckily my books are in a container. They are unharmed. And then these are other books. These are all my chapter books. And then I have some other chapter books down, well, in here. So the chapter books was when I taught 3rd grade. I refused to get rid of them. My husband wanted them out the house, so I stored them in my classroom. So that's why they are here. They never got read. They never got cracked open. They're just there. So what I'm going to do, I have 5 minutes, and then I have to go pick up the kids. I was going to go and drop this stuff off in my car, but I forgot my badge to get in and out of the building. So I'm just going to have to take that with me when I leave. And I'm just going to leave out a little bit earlier so that I can be gone and to pick up the baby by 3:40. So like I said, now I have 4 minutes until I have to go pick up the kids. I did start putting my books in my backpack so I can take that home today. I do have a bookshelf in my office at home that I'm going to put all of my teaching books in. That way I know where they are whenever I do decide to come back to the classroom. I don't know what I'm going to do about these 3 crates. These 3 crates house my workplaces. If whomever comes in here, if she has her own crate, she can put those things in there. I may go check the empty classroom down the hall to see if they have crates. And if they do, I'm going to grab those and then replace the workplaces with those crates. And that way, it's easier for whomever is in here. So you can just go ahead and pick when it's time to change out the workplaces. But let me go so I can mosey on down to the gym to pick up the kids. And then when they come back, we're going to do cupcakes sing happy birthday. They're going to clean up, wipe down everything, and then it'll be time for them to go home.